Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and today we'll be big box store plant shopping at the Home Depot out in Prosper, Texas. It is a cloudy Saturday afternoon when I filmed this, and we've actually had quite a bit of rain in North Dallas, but I decided I wanted to go plant shopping to see if we have any proven winner leaf joy plants or proven winner garden plants for the outdoor garden season. It is spring. Super excited about that. As far as North Dallas, which is where I'm based at, we've got quite a bit of rain in the last couple of days. I know in the southern states, we've actually had some flood warnings, some flooding happening. So the weather has been kind of crazy as of late, but that doesn't mean that I'm not able to do some big box store plant shopping. I just got off of work and I was super excited that I am just able to go down here and do some plant shopping. As always, plant foldies, please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely helps this content out to more plant lovers like yourself, as well as following me on Instagram at GrowFold. If you don't have an Instagram account, definitely consider creating one and following me, because that is where I do a lot of my posts outside of my YouTube plant content. But you can see right here, it is a cloudy day. It's quite cold. I think it's in the 50 degrees. But before we get into that, plant foldies, have you ever heard of this new soil called Classy Rabbit, which is from a local small business out in McKinney, Texas? Really excited to share with you this new soil, which is 100% organic. What I love about it is that this is a standalone type soil. You don't have to mix orchid bark or other amenities that actually make this soil chunky. It is already chunky, light, and fast draining. You can use it to improve your existing soil. What I also like about it is they are made by farmers, so they don't really consult like soil scientists or whatever that means. They really know what Mother Nature has in the soil. And what I like about it is I've been able to pot up a lot of my plants from overseas, and they have really acclimated to this soil. I love the fact that, again, it is 100% organic, and the ingredients that we have would be rabbit manure, composed food waste, pine bark chips, mycorrhizae, dried molasses, pumice, and expanded shale, rice hulls, and yucca extract. So all of those ingredients really make this soil. It is balanced, and what I love about it is Classy Rabbit products are simple where it counts, smart where they matter. So that means all of the ingredients that the soil needs, it's right there. They don't need to add anything else, and they don't offer anything that they don't need. I also love the fact that Classy Rabbit is priced well, where it's a happy medium between the low prices of cheap, and when I say cheap, quality, and the high prices of unnecessary ingredients. It kind of balances it both. And if you see right here, I potted this Aglaonema up in a terracotta planter. You can see how fast draining it is as I put a bunch of water into the soil. You can see that it is literally just draining through, but just because it's fast draining, it doesn't mean that it doesn't retain moisture. It definitely does. But I love the fact that I don't have to worry about adding any perlite, because this particular soil doesn't have perlite. It has all natural ingredients. So for those that have never heard about Classy Rabbit, please go to classyrabbit.com. I highly endorse this soil. I love it so much. And even though I've been doing semi-hydroponic substrates like Lechuza Pond and Leca, I've actually been converting all of my plants back to soil because of this particular soil. They do offer free shipping at classyrabbit.com. Let me know in the comment section if you're interested, and hopefully you will support Classy Rabbit. I mean, have you pooped on your plants lately? I would. That we're inside the Prosper, Texas Home Depot. The first plant we're going to be looking at by Vigoro Plants is $7.98. This is an Alocasia cuprea. Now, as far as Alocasia cuprea, we've seen this also offered by Wild Interiors for $17.97. But when you compare the $7.98, you already know what price is going to be more cost effective. And that is the reason why whenever I do these big box store plant shopping videos, Plant foldies, you already know that I will be comparing and contrasting the plant pricing. Here we have 5-inch planters of philodendron ring of fire, $14.98. So as far as the cost-effective plant pricing, I would say Home Depot wins in terms of the plants being a little bit more cost-effective, even when you compare it to Walmart. So a lot of people will assume that Walmart actually has the most inexpensive plant pricing, but there are times, for instance, in this matter, where the plant pricing for the philodendron ring of fire, for instance, is more cost-effective than the one you would see at, say, Walmart. Now, we're also going to be looking at these beautiful Epipremnum aureum neon pothos. So I always ask all of our plant foldies, and for those that are new to the channel, I call my viewers and subscribers plant foldies. Welcome. My name is Richie, and I actually do daily 1-hour plant shopping videos. So definitely stay tuned for more content like that. But as far as the neon pothos, that is my favorite plant. And then you can see right here, beautiful Alocasia dragon scale, just a green variety. And that one is for $14.97 in a 6-inch planter. Now, one of my favorite plants, and a plant that I will always be an advocate to promote, is the Aglaonema Silver Bay, $14.97 by Bigero Plants. This one is a super full, has lots of little babies that you can separate from the Aglaonema Silver Bay. What I love about the Aglaonema Silver Bay, again, it is low light tolerant, drought tolerant, the easiest houseplant to take care of. And then right next to it is another dragon scale Alocasia for $14.97. So we're already seeing quite a bit of really cost-effective plants. Let me know in the comments section if you've actually gone plant shopping at a big box store like Home Depot. Let me know what your plant haul is. Let me know what the plant pricing is. For this Crusala, for instance, $6.98. This is a variegated jade plant, and it has smaller foliage, and I love jade plants. I'm actually tempted to purchase this one because here's the thing, plant foldies. I am actually getting back into creating bonsai. So if you don't know what bonsai is, it is the art of growing a miniature type tree in a shallow bonsai container. There are many different ways to style the plant, and that's something I'm going to get into because this week coming up on Tuesday, I'm actually going to be going to Metro Maples again to visit my friend Scott Hubble and his team. I'm thinking about getting more Satsuki azaleas and more Japanese maples. So for those that are discovering this channel, also know that I have a lot of Japanese maple content. I also have content revolving around plant shows like PlantCon 2024, PlantCon 2025. So lots of plant content. I would urge anybody, and even plant foldies that have just recently discovered this channel, to take your time and actually go through the playlist, go through some of my older content, because there's a lot of plant videos available for you if you want to binge it, leave comments. I actually would love to see if you would leave some comments on some of my older videos. So number one, I know that you've actually watched the video, and number two, let me know what you think about some of my older plant content. But you can see right there were some succulent type plants, Kalanchoe, and also Crown of Thorns. This one is a common Hoya. So this one is for $14.97 by Bigero Plants. This one is a Hoya carnosa, Crimson Princess. And you can see that as far as Hoyas, I'm getting into them as well. You know, there are a couple of my friends that are starting to really collect Hoyas. The Hoya bug has not fully bitten me yet to the point where I am all addicted to it. Aglaonemas are still my number one go-to plant. And for those that are always following my YouTube post and channel, know that I am really trying to push the Aglaonema campaign, which is hashtag popularize Aglaonema. So if you are a vendor, a seller, a small business owner, a plant collector, or just somebody that happens to stumble upon my plant shopping videos, post a picture of an Aglaonema, post a video, a reel of your Aglaonema, tag me at Growfold, and please use the hashtag popularize Aglaonema. I might actually reach out to my favorite plant shop, Peta's Planters, to see if we can do a giveaway.
Hey guys, I'm Janae from Janae Simone.
I'm Steve from I Live Plants.
And I am Richie from Growfold, and we are
Cultivation Corner. we are so excited. We have a plant podcast. We talk about any and everything, all things plants, and we premiere every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube at cultivation_corner. So be sure to tune in and watch us.
Follow us also on Instagram and be sure to share our videos and our episodes with all of you plant lovers. We need more cultivators, right,
Yes.
Steve?
Yes, we do. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna share the video.
You have
what
to.
you're
You
gonna
have to. Today. All right, guys.
Today.
We'll see you on the next one.
do.
So we're about to enter the garden center at Home Depot. So we'll see what we have in terms of the indoor tropical plants. We're going to be looking at some of these Vigoro hanging basket plants. So this is a fixture that we often see. However, this one is not a Vigoro plant. This is, however, a wax ivy. This one is only for $12.98 by Smart Plant. Smart Plants is actually one of the providers for Home Depot that actually gets a lot of the succulents and cactus available for Home Depot. And as far as spring 2025, whenever you're going plant shopping, I actually want us to kind of share what plants you're looking for this spring, what plants you are going to be growing in your outdoor garden, because I have been working on my outdoor plants. Spring is a perfect time to plant herbs, vegetables, flower gardens, and even Japanese maples, conifers, that sort of thing. And that's the reason why, I always go against the grain when it comes to certain plant content. I always feel like, oftentimes on social media, especially when it's the algorithm really wants to contain us in a specific niche. For instance, this channel, I've noticed that if I do post, say, keywords, big box store plant shopping, the algorithm will typically push this out to more plant content lovers, even the subscribers. However, if I do something outside of that niche, for instance, Japanese maples, Aglaonema, it doesn't always reach the full pool. And even YouTube is even more blunt about it on my YouTube studio. And it will even say regular viewers are choosing not to watch that video. So for me, and I ask all of the plant foldies that continue to support and watch this channel, please be open-minded as I show you guys different types of plants, different ways of growing plants, and just different interests on this channel. I do want to speckle in a few origami paper crane videos, little snippets on my big box store plant shopping videos. And I hope whether you see a plug for, say, Classy Rabbit Soil, Cultivation Corner, or even an origami paper crane folding session, that you would not swipe away or click away from watching the video, because those are very important interests for me. I feel like this channel is a reflection of my interests, and hopefully you guys will learn to like the interest that I am sharing for y'all. But anyways, let me get off of my little soapbox and show you, yes, some proven winner Leaf Joy series. These are the H2O bowl. So that one is a philodendron Florida bronze. I love that dark foliage. And you can see right here, proven winner actually has more plants. This one is a philodendron gloriosum, and I really like the look of this. The velvety texture on the leaves. Those ones are for $29.98. And as far as proven winner plants, the majority of Leaf Joy series plants, or the indoor tropical plants by proven winners, are typically available only at Home Depot. I have yet to really see any at, say, Lowe's. I've seen some at Walmart, but Home Depot is pretty much the capital of where you will find proven winner plants. I am a huge fan of them. Same thing with Vigoro plant and Nature's Way plants. So you can see right here, Epipremnum aureum, Neon pothos. What an easy to care for plant. And this is another plant that I love, and the reason being is it is just an easy, simple care plant. And a lot of times, as we get more excited about plants, as we go plant shopping, it's very easy for us to just collect plants. But I always urge all of the viewers to look at the easy care plants. And as far as easy care, this isn't necessarily an easy care plant. However, I did want to show you this. It's my first time seeing a pitcher plant, a carnivorous plant at just what we see right over here at a big box store. And then right here, $14.98 by Vigoro Plants. This is a Nephanthus, or what you call a Syngonium podophyllum. Look at this one right here. I do love the faint pink veining on it, and then also the pastel light green minty tone of the Syngonium. So I am back in love with Syngoniums. We are back at it. We have tried to repair our relationship, and the reason why I'm back at Syngoniums syngoniums is because I am now growing syngoniums in semi-hydroponic substrate. You know, with plants that are a little bit more thirsty, a plant that needs a little bit more consistent watering, I always suggest growing your plants in semi-hydroponic substrates like lechuza pon or leca. Now we're approaching this right here. This is such a beautiful alocasia. For my alocasia plant foldies, can you let me know specifically what this alocasia plant ID is? Please leave that in the comment section, because this is actually a beautiful arrangement of a massive alocasia. And take a look at just the ground cover underneath it. It's got some Hoya carnosa and also some Epipremnum aureum, Marble Queen pothos. So I really love the look at it. This is a massive plant. You know, most people would assume that this would be a plant that you could put in a space that has really high ceilings, because if you put it in an area where you don't necessarily have the space for it, it's going to actually make your space a little feel more cluttered. But that is a beautiful plant for only $99. Really good plant pricing. And then we're just going to walk around here and I'm going to show you what else they have available at this Home Depot. Feel free to leave comments in the comment section. And if you made it this far into the video, thank you. Also, please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up and like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. This one is an Alocasia Regal Shields combination, only $34.98. So you get a massive Alocasia Regal Shields with a beautiful arrangement of Epipremnum aureum, pearls and jade pothos. Now, here is really the main event as to why I wanted to do this plant shopping video, and that's really to feature a lot of the proven winner leaf joy plants. Later on in the video, I will also show you some of the outdoor garden plants and more proven winner plants. So there's a lot of content for today's video. I already know that a lot of you guys were upset or at least sad that I did pull a April Fool's prank on April Fool's Day. Know that, number one, I will never leave YouTube. I will at least try to get you guys content, because we have grown such a strong and positive plant folding community. Really appreciate the engagement, the viewership, as well as the investment of your personal time to actually interact with me, watch the plant content that I create, and actually take the time to leave comments. The comments in the comment section actually do a whole world of good for the engagement of this YouTube channel. I will say it's quite interesting how some people are still choosing to be negative in the comment section. Here is my message for anybody that wants to be negative on social media. Number one, would you ever mention some of the negativity toward a loved one, whether it's your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your grandmother? Would you act that way in public, in person to somebody? Some of the comments that people leave, not just on my YouTube channel, but on social media, is a little bit below the belt. And sometimes I wonder if people are really thinking about their intent when they leave the comment. Sometimes I just wonder whether people want to be hurtful for no apparent reason. And my thing about it is, as I've always said this in my plant shopping videos, please choose to be kind. kindness is free. Kindness is what everybody needs. Kindness is what the world needs. And that is really the mantra of this YouTube channel. If you don't have anything kind to say or something constructive to say, please refrain from doing that, because at the end of the day, it's a negative reflection of you. I will literally pin your negative comment for you to reflect on and for people to see. So just as a forewarning, and you already know Plant Foldies, I'm the type of person where I will just be very blunt and direct when it comes to that. I do want to say thank you to all of the Plant Foldies that continue to come out in my defense or to kind of recalibrate somebody's thinking. I did ask that question during the April Fool's Day plant shopping video about, have you ever hit or press the dislike button? What was your intent to press the dislike button? Was it because you absolutely hated the content? Wouldn't it just have been easier not to press the dislike button and perhaps just watch other content? That's just really my question. And I always ask that, thing in terms of social media, because social media is very much intertwined in our, our personal world, the world we live in. But sometimes I wish that, social media platforms like YouTube, Instagram, those places where a lot of people are engaged would just get rid of this dislike button. I feel like there is an amount of validation that we all as content creators need, and the dislike button isn't always the best way to drive somebody's validation. So I know that I'm going on a tangent slightly. I'm going to go back to the videos, but with all of my plant shopping videos, I do want to bring that message of positivity, but also hold folks accountable for the negativity that they may showcase on social media. Let me know in the comments section, Plant Foldies, what you think of that. You already know I love reading the comments. Some people say that they don't want to always comment because they feel like I would have to be obligated to reply to the comments. Trust and believe, I absolutely love them and look forward to responding and interacting with y'all. But anyways, let's go back to the plants. So right over here, Proven Winners Leaf Joy. This is such an interesting begonia. So one thing I will say about Proven Winners Leaf Joy is they have actually pushed the envelope in terms of some of the begonias that are actually available. They're actually pushing out some more rare and uncommon ones. And that's the thing about going plant shopping. You never know what you're going to run into, but take a look at this. Now, as far as this particular begonia, this one right here is the crystalline sparkle. That's the trademark for Proven Winners. I'm not sure if that is really the actual name, but look at how it has such a nice little sparkle to the leaves, and when you put it against the light, it looks like it is just lit up and glowing. What a beautiful plant. Now, as far as begonias, especially these types of begonias, I would recommend watering them from the bottom. So don't necessarily get the leaves wet. Definitely don't get the stems wet, because it could potentially rot them up. It's susceptible to that. Now, as far as Proven Winner Leaf Joy plants, these ones are in 5-inch planters, $19.98. This is a philodendron fall leaves. So it's another dark foliage philodendron, and I already love to promote dark foliage plants. I do think that dark foliage plants have a certain elegance about them, and I absolutely adore them. Typically, they are easy to care for plants. Philodendrons in general are. I would just say the more velvety textured ones tend to be a little bit more finicky, but those ones right there are actually really good specimens to add to your collection. And for those that love a philodendron black cardinal, so they actually had the plant ID for this. That is awesome, for $19.98. Proven Winners has a bunch of philodendron black cardinals. So there's a difference between the philodendron black cardinal versus the philodendron red imperial. They're very similar, but the philodendron black cardinal definitely has a black dark tone about it. It's got a nice natural shiny leaf to it, and it can get fairly large fairly quickly as well. So that's one of those easy to care for philodendron. Highly recommend shopping for Proven Winner plants. Now, whenever we go to Lowe's or Walmart, you'll see a lot of Costa Farms trending tropical plants. Proven Winners also offers something a little bit different than Costa Farms. So again, it makes it shopping for houseplants even more exciting because there's more selection to choose from. And so this one that I'm going to pick up is actually an interesting name. This one is a philodendron Green Princess. So $19.98 by Proven Winner Leaf Joy. This one is a Philodendron Green Princess, which to me looks like a reverted or just a green version of the Philodendron Birkin. Let me know in the comment section if you agree, and I'm going to go ahead and pull a Philodendron Birkin in just a moment. It is a beautiful green plant, and that's another thing I did mention in a lot of my shopping videos is let's go look at just the green variety of plants. Green plants tend to be a lot easier to take care of than the variegated plants. They tend to be faster growers, and they become less sought after because we live in a society where for some reason variegation means the plant is more valuable. To me, it's all about what the plant brings to your daily life. If a plant is more finicky or a lot harder to grow, to me, that's not a plant that I'm necessarily going to go after or at least seek to put in my plant collection. Things that I've learned so far for spring 2025 is keeping it simple. And what I mean by keeping it simple is whenever you go plant shopping, you have to really think about your space. I say this in all my videos. Think about your space. Think about the amount of time you have to dedicate to your plants. Think about the type of plants you're going to bring into your space, whether the lighting conditions are bright enough for certain plants, whether you have the time to water your plants, and whether you have enough time to really stay on top of the pest control. Because either way, I don't care what plant collection you have, it is inevitable that at some point you will get pests in your plant collection. And the reason being is a lot of our plants growing indoors do not have natural predators that will attack other pests. For instance, like ladybugs and more of those beneficial insects to get rid of pests. So you know, it's going to be one of those things where at some point you're going to get fungus gnats. At some point you're going to get mealybugs. At some point, and it's my least favorite plant pest, is thrift. So all of that considered, I think overconsumption or getting too many plants in your plant collection very, very quickly actually drive that potential to be a lot higher. Say if you keep it simple and just have a curated collection of plants. Now, as far as that though, it's very challenging because I really probably should listen to my own advice. Let me know in the comment section, plant foldies, if you do have a legitimate plant addiction where you cannot stop buying plants. You cannot stop adding plants into your plant collection. We did have a Cultivation Corner Plant podcast episode about dealing with plant addictions. I would highly recommend anybody that has some time to check out that podcast episode. And honestly, if you guys haven't already, please give our Cultivation Corner Plant podcast a chance. It's something that I am very passionate about. It is with my friends Janae Simone and Steven of I Live Plants. We have put quite a bit of hours working on that plant podcast. So hopefully you guys will subscribe to that as well. Season 3 will start filming sometime in May. So hopefully we'll have some more content. What's exciting about it is we'll have some really big plant influencers as guests on the Cultivation Corner Plant podcast. I would ask if anybody wants a certain episode where we feature a specific plant influencer, please leave that in the comment section. But anyways, let me pan away here and just show you how full this Home Depot is. It's one of my favorite Home Depots to go plant shopping because clearly you can see that there's just tons and tons of plants from Proven Winners, Vigoro Plants, and Nature's Way. And you'll see that we have a lot of plants to look at. This one right here for $29.98. This is an Aglaonema. Golden Bay, and you'll see that it's different than the Silver Bay Aglaonema. That one right there is the one with the white stems, which actually differentiates itself from the Aglaonema Silver Bay. Either way, I love getting Aglaonema, the large forms like this, Aglaonema Silver Bay for $29.98. That is such a great price for a Aglaonema that is in a 10-inch planter. This particular Aglaonema Silver Bay, if you don't have one, plant foldies, please buy yourself one. Let's go plant shopping together. Let me encourage you to get an Aglaonema Silver Bay. You can see that it has so many little babies that you can separate from. This is actually one of the more faster growing Aglaonema because of the green in it. The greener versions of the Aglaonema tend to be a lot faster. Would I say an Aglaonema is a fast growing plant in general? No, but this one right here is still a fairly large form as well. This one actually gets very large leaves, and this one can tolerate lower light conditions. It definitely prefers to be more so on the drier side. So as I mentioned in a lot of my Aglaonema plant care tips, you should wait till the soil is completely dry and even let the soil stay dry for a couple of days before you water the Aglaonema. They prefer that because they are very much so susceptible to root rot. Then, and as you can see right here, this is another Alocasia. I don't think this is an Alocasia Regal Shield. So somebody please leave in the comment section what the particular Aglaonema, I always think of Aglaonema, Alocasia is. And then you can see right here, we've got a cordyline Hawaiian tea plant. And cordyline plants, I just remember going on vacation to my family's home country, which is the Philippines, back in July. And I remember seeing cordyline plants just growing outdoors as an outdoor landscape plant or even in the jungles of the Philippines. So that was really interesting. Now, as far as cordyline plants, they don't do as well indoors. They tend to get spider mites and they're a little bit more susceptible to that. So I always say, if you're able to grow it outdoors in an outdoor patio, they do better that way. Same thing with some of the Alocasias, like the larger form Alocasias, they tend to do better in that setting. And then you can see right here, what a beautiful white bird of paradise. And as far as white bird of paradise, that plant definitely needs quite a bit of light. I have yet to see a white bird of paradise actually bloom indoors. I know in Florida, they just grow outdoors and they have beautiful blooms, but indoors, I have yet to really see a white bird of paradise grow a bloom. And then you can see right here in the middle, there are some more Aglaonemas. I think that is an Aglaonema Silver Bay. And we just have all of these large foliage plants. They range from about $29.98 to $34.98. And you can see this one right here is a Selum or a Tamatophyllum. Let me know in the comment section if that is the correct plant ID. That one is an Alocasia California. And as I spin around here, we have some more large foliage plants. You can see we've got a Sansevieria trifasciata and then more cordyline Hawaiian tea plants. I'm just going to walk around and show you what else they have available. You can see right here a Ficus lyrata or a fiddle fig leaf tree. Beautiful plant. The one that I ended up rescuing at a grocery store called Sprouts for 99 cents is actually doing extremely well, and I'm very happy about that. You can see we also have some red banana plants, and then we're going to just walk over here and look at some more of the proven winter plants. We've also got quite a bit of Monstera deliciosas, and I really love how the leaves start to mature and start to fenestrate. That one is for $29.98 by Nature's Way. So more Monstera deliciosas, and don't sleep on the green ones. I love these because they are pretty great performers in terms of growing for an indoor space. And then as you can see right over here, we've got some more proven winter leaf joy plants, $29.98. That is a Philodendron gloriosum. And then we have a Philodendron mayoi. So my Philodendron mayoi has actually been neglected quite a bit, and I really need to do something about it in terms of just watering it and just making sure that I am actually taking care of the plant. And that is, again, me being very transparent that I may not always be the best plant parent because Some of the plants I end up neglecting. Oftentimes it's because I'm just very busy creating content for YouTube, trying to live my daily life in general, and then also having a very demanding career and in terms of what I do outside of YouTube. So some of my plants, like the philodendron mayoi, end up getting put to the back burner, but that's not really fair to the plant. And so that is the reason why, again, plant foldies, I would urge quality over quantity when it comes to your plants. Really look at what plants you want to add to your plant collection and just make sure that you are content with the plants that you have. Producing plants, getting too many plants in your plant collection isn't necessarily the best route for anybody that wants to grow plants long term. It's not necessarily the most sustainable one. If you actually look at some of the plant influencers, plant content creators from a couple years back, they all have experienced what you call plant burnout. Some of them have stopped making plant content, but you know what's really positive is I'm seeing a lot of the plant content creators that were making a lot of plant videos during the pandemic coming back and actually making content again. I'm really happy to see that as well. Now over here we have some more proven winner plants, and I'm going to show you that one is a beautiful alocasia. Look at that right there. I love the black stems as well. And like I said again, alocasias for me do better when they are grown in a semi-hydroponic substrate, specifically lechuza pon. This one right here, $29.98. This is a philodendron rojo Congo. This one is another philodendron that a lot of people will overlook, but it's such an easy to care for plant. Let me know in the comment section, plant foldies, if you have a philodendron rojo Congo, and you can't go wrong with growing Ficus elastica. This one is a rubber tree. This one is specifically the ruby, Ficus elastica ruby, and you'll see that it's got some of the pink tones on it, the cream tones. The Ficus taniki tends to have lighter variegation than this one. What a beautiful plant. This one is also fairly easy to grow. The trick is you just have to provide a Ficus elastica quite a bit of bright indirect light for it to really do well. So make sure you are giving those types of environment for that plant. And then what's interesting is, again, proven winner leaf joy brings out some plants that you typically don't see. This one is a Homolemena Maggie. So Homolemena plants kind of remind me of alocasia / caladiums. They are beautiful plants as well. So this is just a green version of a Homolemena. I would love to find a Homolemena pink diamond. That was a wish list plant of mine. It's still quite expensive. And then over here we have some more H2O leaf joy bowls. This one is a philodendron Rambo, and then we also have philodendron ring of fires, philodendron Florida bronze. So I'll just walk around and show you some more of the proven winner leaf joy series. This one is actually one philodendron I want to get. This is a philodendron El Choco Red for $19.98. Look at the extensive root system, beautiful velvety texture on this philodendron. And this plant, this philodendron, is still quite expensive. So for $19.98, that is not a bad price at all. This one is growing in straight hydroponics, which means that you are growing this plant in just water. What I would suggest though is if you're going to grow a plant in just straight water, is that you have to make sure that the plant has some plant nutrients. What I would recommend honestly is, if you don't want to mix up a nutrient solution, buy yourself the Miracle Grow fertilizer, liquid houseplant fertilizer. You just pump a tiny pump of that liquid into your water, and you should be good to go to at least feed the plant some nutrients. But let's go ahead and keep walking around, and I'll show you some more of these plants. That one right here is a philodendron Florida bronze. I love the look of that plant, and it is the dark version of, say, the philodendron Florida Beauty and the philodendron Florida Green. Let me know in the comment section what you think of proven winner plants, if you've actually purchased them, and if you made it this far into the video. Thank you for watching all the way up to this point, as well as please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. I would definitely appreciate that engagement. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself, especially if you love going big box store plant shopping. And as far as this Home Depot in Prosper, Texas, you can see that they do have quite a bit of plants in the indoor tropical section. I would like to see more Aglaonema. At least during this trip, I didn't really see a lot of Aglaonema. Sometimes they'll have the pink varieties like the Aglaonema Pink Lady Valentine, but we do have tons of Philodendron Ring of Fires. And I just remember 5 years ago when Ring of Fire was such an expensive philodendron, and now you can find it at big box stores. This one for $14.98 is a really good specimen of a golden pothos. That is another plant that, while it is a common plant, it is one that I would recommend adding into your plant collection because it is an easy to care for plant. Like I said again, plant foldies, let me know in the comment section if you agree. Would you actually grow more pothos plant? This one right here, I actually have been propagating quite a bit of pothos plants. I recently chopped up my my Marble Queen pothos. I probably took about 60 cuttings, and what I want to do is actually do a mixed basket of different types of pothos plants to have that different type of combination. It could be another statement piece plant. I don't know if you guys ever mix pothos cuttings together to make a pothos basket, but that's something that I am currently working on. And then you can see right here, we have a Sansevieria trifasciata, or what you would call a snake plant. These ones are fairly tall, and like I said again, it is another easy to care for plant. And then right over here, Garden Tropic. So this is some type of green cordyline plant. And as far as a cordyline plant, the only one I have growing in my collection is a cordyline pinstripes, which is actually a proven winner plant that I ended up buying. It was a proven winner Littles plant that I bought for $4.98, or actually $5.98 at this particular Home Depot. And then you can see right here, we've got some Croton Mame. And the thing about crotons is I absolutely adore them. They just tend to be very finicky plants in terms of the watering. They have to stay consistently watered. They definitely need quite a bit of light, and they prefer a higher humidity level. So for me, if you're going to grow a croton plant, grow it outside, grow it out in a lot of light, and it will do well for you. And I did want to take the time to show y'all the Dracaena marginatas. So they have this one right here, which has got the green tones about it. And then I will pan around to the pink one, the Dracaena marginata colorama, which is the pink reddish tone. These are both beautiful plants. Now, as far as a Dracaena, these marginatas do need more bright indirect light as compared to most Dracaenas. Dracaenas in general, though, I would say are still easy to care for plants. And so I'm just going to continue to walk around here, and then we're going to go outside and take a look at the Home Depot Garden Center, see if we can find any more proven winner leaf joy plants, and let me know what you think. So this is the outdoor section. So as I was actually filming this was about 50 degrees, and I forgot to bring a coat, so it was a little bit cold for me. But I'm just going to walk around here and show you all of the outdoor plants. If you're into outdoor gardening, this section right here is going to be something that you're going to enjoy, because look at how full this Home Depot is. And then I'm going to walk around here and just show you some more of the indoor tropical plants that they still have on some of these shelves. So you'll see we have a proven winner leaf joy. That's a Philodendron Belitiae. And then we have some Syngoniums here. So this one for $14.98 is a dark foliage Syngonium. This one is a Syngonium Maria, and I love the Syngonium Maria. And can you guess why? It's because I like dark foliage plants. So that one is a beautiful one as well. And then I will show you some more of the Syngoniums. Like I said, as far as Syngoniums, they are considered easy to care for plants, except that they're very thirsty. So if you don't water them consistently, they will decline in health very, very quickly. Over here, I was actually tempted to buy the Syngonium, and the reason being is I like the rounder shaped Syngonium leaves. I think that that is such a beautiful leaf right here. And even if this one is a common Syngonium plant, that's another one I would recommend to add into somebody's plant collection. Like I said again, though, you just have to stay on top of the watering for it to do well. That's one thing I would urge in terms of growing Syngoniums. Do not leave them on the drier side. Make sure that as soon as the soil dries out completely, to water them immediately. But as you can see right here, I am in the hunt for a Syngonium Maria. I may end up getting one of these for $14.98. I do think that that's a pretty good plant. And then I'm just going to walk over here and give you a look at some of the succulents and cactus that they have available, as well as their outdoor plants. In case you didn't know, plant foldies, I am a huge Japanese maple collector. I love Japanese maples, the different types of cultivars. So you can see this one is an Acer palmatum, Bloodgood. Love the look of Japanese maples. There's so many different varieties, so many different hybrids, and I plan to feature more Japanese maples in my plant shopping videos if I run into them. And then you can see right over here, Vigoro plants. So I love these hostas. Now look at this green on green variegation. It almost reminds me, and then call me crazy, but it almost reminds me of an Epipremnum aureum global green pothos, just the look of it. And what I love about hostas, which I probably should put in my garden, is it is a perennial plant, meaning that it will grow back year after year. I love hostas. They look really pretty. I love the texture of the leaves. I definitely love the color. This one does need to be more of a shaded area, and this is actually one that could work for a Japanese garden. So my outdoor section, my garden in the backyard, is definitely one that I've been working on for many years. And the reason being is I don't have a lot of shade in my backyard. It's one of those where I didn't have any trees when I first bought my house out in North Dallas, but now I have several trees that have really established over the years I've been growing them. And then over here again, look at how full this Home Depot is. And just as much as I love indoor tropical plants, there is a whole new world when it comes to outdoor gardening, landscaping, Japanese maples, bonsai, all of it. And there is a niche for everybody. But on the Grow Fold plant channel, know that I will feature all of these videos, all of these plants. Like this one right here is an Acer palmatum red dragon. It's interesting because this is a product of Canada here. So this one was actually grown in Canada, and I'm looking at it for $109. You have a Acer palmatum red dragon. I do love the look of it. This reminds me of a Crimson Queen Japanese maples. You can see that it's a lace leaf version, so it's actually got more finer leaves. Beautiful plant. Now with these lace leaf varieties, they're not as heat tolerant, so you would need to put them in an area where it just gets bright indirect light, morning sun, and protection from the afternoon sun. Otherwise it will get crispy and burn. Japanese maples though, you know, my biggest dream is to have an established Japanese garden where I have like a koi pond, a water fixture, lots of Japanese maples, lots of Satsuki azaleas, gardenias, camellias, all of that. And you know, that's something that I'm working toward. It's going to take a couple of years for me to really get that established, but hopefully if you guys are still going to stay with me on my YouTube channel, I will be able to document that journey as well. Also, some news in terms of my Patreon page. I will be working on that. I am currently working on that. And I'm also going to just start a YouTube membership page where I will have early access for some of my videos. You will get some more exclusive videos. You'll definitely see more of my personal plants on my YouTube membership page. I believe it's going to be a membership for $4.99 a month, but you will get early access, definitely different perks. You will have your own comment emojis. You will be highlighted in my video. So there's a lot of that stuff that I'm going to be placing in my YouTube membership tier. It's just going to be one tier for $4.99. I've decided that that should be a fair price. Have no fear for those that still want that free big box or plant shopping video content. I will have that. But if you are a diehard super plant foldy, I would highly recommend becoming a YouTube membership, joining my YouTube membership, which I will have a link and announce very soon. Hopefully you guys will support me on that endeavor as well, because that would be a little bit more consistent revenue in terms of my passive income. And to be quite frank, I do a lot of my plant shopping videos and YouTube content as passive income. With the economy and the way things are, there's a lot of uncertainty, and so I am trying to just maximize all that I can in terms of just working hard to give you this content, but also having some passive income. But anyways, going back to the plants, you can see that if you're going to do outdoor gardening, you can see that there are tons and tons of proven winter plants, southern living plants. All of these plants are either shrubs or different types of annuals and perennials. So for the ones that love to garden and actually grow plants outside, which in my opinion is a lot easier than growing plants indoors, you have a whole paradise of all of these plants. right over here. So I'm just gonna walk around and you can see right here, look at how gorgeous that Acer palmatum or Japanese maples right here. I believe those are just the common blood good that you would find. And then we have some more of the dissectums or the lace leaf maples. This one is only for $199. And I will tell you that is such a good price for a Japanese maple, considering they are slow growing plants. It takes a while for them to actually establish, and to already have one that's instant gratification, that is amazing. Now, I will say the best times to grow or plant Japanese maples would be before they actually leaf out in the spring, and also to do some fall planting in the fall. But let me go ahead and pan away and just show you how beautiful that red foliage is. And we're also looking at some of my favorite azaleas. So azalea is something that I'm getting back into, our azaleas. I am really trying to grow azaleas long term in my landscape. I only had one survive last year. It was a Satsuki azalea called Mengatsu, which is a Satsuki azalea that I bought from Metro Maples. If you haven't watched my Metro Maples Japanese maple nursery tour, please take the time to do that. I think that it is one of my best videos I've ever produced. The lighting, the cinematography was just really immaculate in my personal opinion, and I hope that you guys will take the time to take a look at something that's a little bit different than your average big box store plant shopping videos featuring a lot of the indoor tropical plants. It is just one that really reflects a lot of my own personal taste in terms of plants. Like right here, this is a autumn sunburst that is by Encore Azaleas, and with Encore Azaleas, again, that is another type of azalea where they rebloom at least 3 times a year. And you can see that I'm looking at some of these gallon ones to see if I could potentially change these into actual bonsai right here. So you can see, like right here, we can just wire this and see if we can do that. Oops, oh my gosh, I just broke that leaf. Let me go ahead and just stick that back into the actual pot. That's the thing about azaleas though. Oh my gosh, that's super embarrassing. You can actually root them through just those cuttings. So that one actually will have a chance to root. But anyways, aside from that slight accident, I swear I wasn't trying to break these limbs. That's the thing about azaleas. They are a little bit brittle, so you have to really be careful whenever you are trying to train them into bonsai. But Encore azaleas, these are azaleas that can actually take a little bit more light. Typically an azalea has to have a little bit more shade, but Encore azaleas need a little bit more light. Some of them can actually take full sun, which is awesome. And again, I'm just gonna walk past these Japanese maples and walk around to see all of the other plants that they have. You can see that this particular Home Depot has quite a bit of outdoor plants, and we'll see if there's any more indoor tropical plants that they have just laying around here. Take a look at this gorgeous desert rose. Really like the look of that as well. And so you see that this Home Depot has quite a bit of plants that they haven't really unpacked or have quite a bit of space to just put out on tables and shelves. And you can see right here, this corner has some more proven winter leaf joy plants. What I want to highlight is these angel wing begonias. These are the proven winter littles. These ones are for $5.98. And as far as begonias, I would say angel wing begonias are the easier ones. These ones seem to be a little bit dehydrated, so somebody needs to water these plants like ASAP. But as far as proven winter leaf joy littles, $5.98. It's not a bad price at all. This one right here is a Tradescantia Feeling Flirty, and there's so many different collections when it comes to proven winter plants. The Leaf Joy series, I hope that I could potentially promote and maybe collab with Proven Winners. They did mention that they have a influencer program, so I'm gonna just try to reach out to them to see what they can do and what I could possibly do in terms of future content featuring Proven Winter plants, because I honestly love the fact that they have delved outside of just doing outdoor gardening plants and have really shown us some interesting indoor tropical plants like Hoyas, different types of philodendrons, just different types of begonias, specifically begonias. And I'm hoping that they continue to have more releases for the general public. But again, let me just pick up this one right here. Like this one right here is another beautiful Hoya. Hoyas, again, as far as like Hoya care, you just want to make sure that you provide them with quite a bit of bright light, water when the soil is completely dry. Higher humidity levels will actually increase the chances of the Hoya doing very well and potentially blooming. And then you can see right here, plant foldies. I am just going to walk around and see what other plants that they have available. It's always interesting to go to the back corners of a big box store because you never know. And for instance, whenever they had the Proven Winners Leaf Joy Dock Block Anthuriums, people were searching for them, but oftentimes they were in a back corner somewhere outside of a Home Depot. So, you want to make sure you're searching every single corner to see if you can actually find some plants. And this one I saw last year. This one right here is a variegated tree that I was wanting to put in my plant collection because look at that. That would also be something conducive and would actually match my Japanese maple. It's interesting if you look at the Japanese garden aesthetics or what the Japanese culture has. They really have a curated way on doing their gardens, very minimalistic, very peaceful way of doing so. And I'm just gonna walk around here again, plant foldies, and just give you one more lap around of the plants that they have available. What I'm most interested in as far as today is obviously the Proven Winter Leaf Joy plants. Take a look at this right here, Japanese maples. If you've enjoyed today's plant shopping video, please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. I would highly appreciate it because you not only saw indoor tropical plants, but you've also seen some beautiful outdoor gardening plants. As always, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and check the video on the left of your screen. Definitely check out the video on the next one. As far as me putting new content out this week, but check out the ones that are on the screen right now. Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and today we'll be big box store plant shopping at Lowe's out in Little Elm, Texas. I don't often go to this Lowe's location, but we will be looking at the outdoor and indoor tropical plants. As always, please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. I would definitely love to see our community continue to grow. Hopefully we can get to 13,000 subscribers soon. And also follow me on Instagram at GrowFolds. That is the fastest and most direct way to get in touch with me directly. And I did have a major announcement, and that's to let all of our plant foldies know that I have recently opened up and launched a YouTube membership tier called the Super Plant Foldy. So if you want to see some more personalized content, definitely consider joining my YouTube membership program. It is only for $2.99, super cost effective, and you get to really see a personal glimpse of all of the other content that I have outside of big box store plant shopping, and some more just membership exclusive emojis, personalized shout outs, and other perks that come alongside for becoming a Super Plant Foldy. So please join my YouTube membership. Just hit the join button. But anyways, let me get to all of the other plant shopping content here. I am going to go show you the indoor and outdoor plants that Lowe's offers. But before we get into that, I will also just talk about some of the updates I'm going to be having on the channel, obviously with the YouTube membership program. And I did just want to say thank you to those that have actually joined my YouTube membership program. It really does help fuel this content that I would like to go present to not only plant foldies, but the Super Plant Foldies. Shout out to all of the members that have recently joined. It looks like we are getting a lot of people there. And eventually I will also put a live premiere chat for the Super Plant Foldies. It'll be another one that I would post. I may go down to just doing 5 videos a week versus 7, just because I want to try to get a little bit of time to take care of my plants, to just do things outside of YouTube. So that remains to be seen. But if you don't see a video, I do apologize. I do try to do daily 1-hour plant shopping videos, but sometimes that's not always the case. Just know I'm going to attempt to do that. I will also have the houseplant tour coming up soon. I think I may end up just doing the houseplant tour on the YouTube membership page to premiere first, but we'll see what that all looks like. But I have been working on that quite hard because I want to make sure that it is a really good video for y'all. But anyways, let's talk about the plants here. You can see that we have quite a bit of outdoor plants. Have no fear, because I do feel like there is a specific niche of plant foldies where all you want to see is like the indoor tropical plants from like Costa Farms, Live Trends, Urban Jungle, Vigoro plants, Proven Winter plants. Those types of plants. But I want to try to continue to push the envelope and really get people inspired and perhaps open to growing other types of plants. Now, YouTube is a very blunt, and sometimes I feel like it's cruel, because I know that I recently uploaded a video of Metro Maples last night, and it literally just said that my viewers were not as interested in this content, therefore it has lower reviews or views. So I mean, if that is the case, totally get it. Like I said, again, everybody has a different type of cup of tea, but my only ask is I hope that as a plant foldy, you guys would be open to just looking at all the other content and not being so niche driven or content driven for a very specific type of plant or niche. There's already enough YouTube accounts that have that, but I hope, and that is really my hope, is that people will get into other plants. Like I have been taking a lot of time looking at these succulents, for instance. Now these ones right here, and this is one of my favorite ones, plant foldies, is for only $9.98, and this is an Aeonium. I love the dark foliage, but I really love the look of Aeoniums. I think the reason why I love the look of it is because whenever I went to Carmel by the Sea in California, I just remember seeing such beautiful specimens growing outdoors in a gorgeous landscape. And I think that's really the key is, being able to grow plants outdoors. I feel like they are so much easier to maintain than indoor tropical plants. And I think it's because, at least in the United States, at least in North Dallas, which is where I am based at, it just is more conducive to the environment that I may actually put these plants in. I know that I have been having such a great time growing my my Japanese maples. And again, if you guys haven't already, if you are listening to my voice, if you've seen this, perhaps you will click on the Metro Maples video. I just recently premiered yesterday with a lot of pride to really showcase that. That is a very relaxing video. I don't do a lot of voiceover. It's literally just a walkthrough to really enjoy nature. So please check that out, and also check out whether you would be able to grow these succulents. Again, these are by Oasis Plants. So Oasis Plants often often sources their succulents out to Lowe's. And, you know, that's the thing about this particular Lowe's. I'm not 100% sure what kind of variety we're going to get from this Lowe's. Like I said, again, with a lot of the big box stores, it depends on the big box store. Not all big box stores are created equal, but I really do think that we are going to be in for a treat when it comes to the outdoor plants. Now, have no fear. I hope you guys will continue to watch this video because the indoor tropical plants are just as gorgeous. But with spring 2025, I wanted to make sure I presented some plant content, some plant shopping videos that are going to get you inspired, that's going to get you out there wanting to go spend some money on some plants, whether it's indoor house plants or gardening plants. I mean, you can see right here, flowering kalanchoe. Love that as well. Now with that plant, you really need to provide it with lots of light. And you can see right here, these are starting out at $12.99, or I think that is the majority of the plants within this table here. You can see that they have some interesting opuncia. So I actually have a prickly pear cactus, but this one right here has really fuzzy texture to the spines, I would say, or the needles. $24.98, and it is cold tolerant. I will say for North Dallas, again, my grow zone is 8B. It's interesting that this prickly pear that I have, which is not this version, was able to survive.
Plant foldies, have you ever heard of this new soil called Classy Rabbit, which is from a local small business out in McKinney, Texas? Really excited to share with you this new soil, which is 100% organic. What I love about it is that this is a standalone type soil. You don't have to mix orchid bark or other amenities that actually make this soil chunky. It is already chunky, light, and fast draining. You can use it to improve your existing soil. What I also like about it is they are made by farmers, so they don't really consult like soil scientists or whatever that means. They really know what Mother Nature has in the soil. And what I like about it is I've been able to pot up a lot of my plants from overseas, and they have really acclimated to this soil. I love the fact that, again, it is 100% organic, and the ingredients that we have would be rabbit manure, composed food waste, pine bark chips, mycorrhizae, dried molasses, pumice, and expanded shale, rice hulls, and yucca extract. So all of those ingredients really make this soil. It is balanced, and what I love about it is Classy Rabbit products are simple where it counts, smart where they matter. So that means all of the ingredients that the soil needs, it's right there. They don't need to add anything else, and they don't offer anything that they don't need. I also love the fact that Classy Rabbit is priced well, where it's a happy medium between the low prices of cheap, and when I say cheap, quality, and the high prices of unnecessary ingredients. It kind of balances it both. And if you see right here, I potted this Aglaonema up in a terracotta planter. You can see how fast draining it is as I put a bunch of water into the soil. You can see that it is literally just draining through, but just because it's fast draining, it doesn't mean that it doesn't retain moisture. It definitely does. But I love the fact that I don't have to worry about adding any perlite, because this particular soil doesn't have perlite. It has all natural ingredients. So for those that have never heard about Classy Rabbit, please go to classyrabbit.com. I highly endorse this soil. I love it so much. And even though I've been doing semi-hydroponic substrates like Lechuza Pond and Leca, I've actually been converting all of my plants back to soil because of this particular soil. They do offer free shipping at classyrabbit.com. Let me know in the comment section if you're interested, and hopefully you will support Classy Rabbit. I mean, have you pooped on your plants lately? I would.
Curious plant foldies, if anybody has actually placed an order at classyrabbit.com, please leave that in the comment section below. Really love the soil because, again, it is all naturally sourced ingredients, and it really just helps establish the roots for any plant. You know, it's interesting because I use Classy Rabbit to pot up some of my plants that I am putting into shallow bonsai containers. So we'll see how that works out for me long term. That is something that I'm a little bit pivoting to, is just getting into my original passions when it comes to plants, and that is bonsai and Japanese maples. have no fear, and please don't worry, I will continue to do daily big box store plant shopping videos, but you will also see more of that content out just because it's really important for me, and you have to hear me out, plant foldies, for me to really showcase not only the big box store plant shopping videos, which, to be quite transparent, is what the algorithm of YouTube really likes to push out. It seems like anything that is consumer based, anything that is shopping, anything that is big box is something that the algorithm, or at least based on my my observations, maybe I am right, maybe I might be completely wrong, but that is something that is really fed to a lot of our viewers. But like I said again, with bonsai and just different types of ways of growing plants, that's something that you will definitely see. And you can see that I'm taking a little bit of time to show you some of the azaleas. I showed you those encore azaleas, really cool. And then this ligustrum, beautiful shrub right here. It's got that yellow neon foliage. And then we just have so many different varieties of plants here. You can see from a distance, they've got some Acer palmatum or Japanese maples. So, you know, as in terms of like cost effective shrubs, bushes, anything for your landscape, anything for your garden, Lowe's Garden Center definitely has it. I mean, you can see here we've got lots of little patio containers with flowers, and then we also have this. I wanted to pick this up right here and show you. This is an interesting little plant that I like. I like the foliage. It almost reminds me of like angel wing begonia or cane begonia, and I really do love the dark foliage. And then over here is an interesting type of tree. It looks like a tropical tree, but it's actually some form of magnolia tree. So in the comment section, plant foldies, I'm curious to see if you actually grow flowering trees in McKinney and Prosper and Salina and all of those northern Dallas suburbs. A lot of those crepe myrtles are actually grown there. And then over here is by Monrova Plants, and you can see that this is an Acer palmatum sangukaku, and this one right here is a beautiful coral bark maple. I really love the fact that, you know, Japanese maples, they are a symbol of elegance. They are a symbol of refinement, classic growing plants. There's something a little bit different when you look at Acer palmatum or Japanese maples when you compare them to philodendron, aroids, or any of those tropical plants. I feel like in terms of house plants, they tend to be easier to grow in a sense that they're a lot faster growing versus, say, Acer palmatum or Japanese maples, where it really does take a lot of time. They really look more beautiful as they become even more mature. I guess I could say that about indoor tropical plants as well, but you know, Acer palmatum or Japanese maples, when the sun hits them, when you get that certain lighting, it just really gets fiery, it really glows, and it is another beautiful plant. And you can see over here we've also got a Crimson Queen Japanese maple as well. Now these ones I believe are for $199 by Monrova Plants. And then I'm going to spin around here and continue to show you some more of these plants in the garden center at Lowe's. We have an Acer palmatum, a Crimson Queen, beautiful plant, and look at how fiery red these leaves are. Japanese maples are plants that do need to be in filtered light, so you cannot grow these out in full sun, otherwise their leaves will burn. But you can see right here so many different cultivars. So we've got a Crimson Queen, we've also got a Bloodgood, and then we also have a coral bark maple, also known as a Sangukaku. And you can just see right here the foliage is absolutely stunning. I really love the maroon look on the leaves, and the reason why it's called Acer palmatum is because the leaves look like the palms. And that is another plant that has so many different types of cultivars. In terms of cultivar, that means that this plant cannot have the same characteristics if you were to grow it from seed. So oftentimes a lot of these Japanese maple cultivars have to be grafted onto a rootstock. So if you actually watch the Metro Maples video that I just uploaded before this video today, you will see that there's actually a cultivar that I found from a green seedling maple that actually had variegation or pink variegation on it. We're hoping that it will actually have stable variegation to the point where it can become grafted onto rootstock for next year. I'm hoping that we can call it Acer palmatum, Richie's pink margin. You already know I love me some pink plants. When you think about pink, I think about Aglaonema. I think about all of those cute pink plants. So we'll see what that looks like. And I've also mentioned this to the plant foldies that it would be a process that's going to take a while. So you're going to at least have to follow me for another year. And I'm hoping that you guys will continue to stay tuned to all of the content that I have. You know, with spring 2025, it's always inspiring to go to a big box store, because at least in North Dallas, you will see more plants coming into big box stores, and you'll be able to have a bigger selection of plants. I mean, as I pan around here, I mean, look at this. So many beautiful Japanese maples, and this one is tucked away in the corner. This one happens to be a fairly large one. I would say that the tree alone must be about 6 feet to 7 feet tall. And then we're going to look at the plant pricing here, $359, which I think is not a bad price at all, considering you would pay a little bit more so if you were to go to an actual nursery. Now, granted, whenever you are going big box or plant shopping for Japanese maples, it's not always guaranteed that you're going to get the actual cultivar. Like that one is mentioned as a red emperor, but it could also be a Bloodgood maple. So it just really depends. And as you can see here, I'm going to go pan around and just show you how beautiful these Japanese maples are. I hope that you guys really will look at the Metro Maples video. It is one of my best videos that I've created because, number one, I'm leaning into more of Mother Nature. Number two, just the colors that all of those Japanese maple leaves really dance around. And then number three, when it comes down to it, I always say local nurseries versus big box stores is really where my heart is at. It just so happens that there's so many big box store options out in North Dallas. So that's why I feel like if you haven't clicked on to Metro Maples video, because clearly YouTube loves to just send me notifications and let me know that my viewers are not as interested, please do definitely check it out. I mean, it did take me a good hour to drive there and film that content for about 2 hours. So anyways, let me get to the big box store plant shopping videos. And if you notice, I am kind of trolling a little bit and mentioning that out in terms of just those keywords that YouTube really enjoys. But anyways, look at these plants right over here. You can see we've got some alocaceas and all of these tropical landscape plants. Those plants are actually plants that you can actually grow out in your patio. I would definitely not recommend growing them out in full sun. And then you can see we've got some variegated agave over here. These are by Oasis Plant, and I have to say that I'm really tempted to grow some more of these perennial plants. You can see over here we do have some crepe myrtle and some more shrubs and trees to pick from. For those that actually do outdoor gardening, please leave in the comment section what outdoor plants you are currently growing in your garden, what your plans are. And then you can see over here, love this as well. This is a beautiful perennial. Look at that green on green variegation. It almost reminds me of that Epipremnum aureum Punsin's pothos, where it's got that Manjula looking pothos, but it's more like a green on green variegation. So I'm just going to continue to walk over here and show you all the other plants that they have currently available. I will say this Lowe's location, this big box store garden center, definitely has quite a bit of plants stocked up. So it is the time to go out and go shopping. You need to go out to a big box store like Lowe's. Go shopping at Lowe's, especially if you're looking for outdoor garden plants. Those hostas that I just showed right here have beautiful variegation. You can see one that has really lime green, almost yellowish foliage. Beautiful plant, and these plants actually need to be in a shaded area. So if you have a garden, for instance, like a Japanese garden or a garden that has a lot of shade, this is actually a really good companion plant in terms of maybe growing them with some Japanese maples, some azaleas, but this is considered a perennial, and with perennials they come back year after year. And now plant foldies, I'm going to be panning around this very organized, beautiful garden center that we call Lowe's Garden Center. These ones are going to be all of the annual plants. So these are plants that you would just grow for one grow season. Really love the look of this as well. I mean, they have got lots of hanging baskets. You can see they've got some sun patience, which are impatiens plants that you can actually grow out in full sun. And then we have a Japanese Aralia right over here. So for me, I've always wanted to grow Japanese Aralias indoors, but I don't think they do as well indoors. It is a plant that can survive out in my grow zone 8B. Even during the winters, it will just really die back and then come back more so in the spring. So it's more of like a perennial plant. And then we got some purple shield right here. Beautiful purple foliage. I love dark foliage plants. I just find them very elegant as well. And then we also have this right here. This is a plant that you can actually grow indoors as an indoor tropical plant or grow them outdoors in a container. Beautiful plant as well. I really love the variegation. This is another one that you can easily propagate. The problem is this plant also has foliage that breaks off very easily, so you just have to be very mindful when handling it. And then we have some more plants right here, some more hostas plants, and I just love that variegation of the leaves. Let me know in the comment section if anybody has grown that. And then now we are looking at the indoor tropical plants right here. We just walked into the indoor tropical plants. You already know plant foldies. This is the main event. Everybody loves the indoor tropical plants, and I've just panned around here to show you some of the live trends in urban jungle plants. So the first one up is a philodendron lemon lime. Really love the look of this plant. The thing about the philodendron lemon lime is it does need to have a pole, a moss pole, some type of stake for it to really grow up. Otherwise, it's going to lean over and fall. It doesn't necessarily make a good trailing plant. It really is a tropical plant that wants to grow up. I could even say that about like a monstera, a mini monstera, or what you call a rhaphidophora tetrasperma, where it does just want to climb up. This is one that I love though. It's because it has that neon foliage. That one is for $13.98, and we're going to be picking up some more of these urban jungle plants here for $13.98. This one is a philodendron black cardinal. Beautiful plant. This is another philodendron that can get fairly large. So if you like dark foliage leaves, a philodendron black cardinal is beautiful. And as far as urban jungle is concerned, what a very cost-effective houseplant alternative. So if you're looking for plants that are going to be cost-effective, go shopping at Lowe's, go shopping at a big box store, and look for urban jungle plants. This one over here is a very juvenile ponytail palm, which I think is really cute as well, for $13.95. And so I'm just going to keep picking up some of these indoor tropical plants. I have tried to be a little bit consistent about filming, but with my family getting ready for my grandmother's 90th day birthday celebration next Saturday. I've had family coming around in Dallas. I've been showing my cousin around, so I haven't gotten nearly as much filming done. I don't regret it, because at the end of the day, I feel like family is very important. And based on what the plant foldies, you guys are the best viewers, subscribers, loyal followers. You guys are going to be patient. You've mentioned before that you guys will still be around, so I really appreciate you guys understanding that. Now over here we've got another beautiful Epipremnum aureum. This is a lemon meringue pothos by Live Trends Design. So these are the Live Trends Design ceramic planters for $16.98. I really love the look of this one as well. It is a beautiful plant. It's another plant that I feel like needs a lot of bright indirect light for it to really have the best coloration. So if you have this particular pothos plant, which is an easy to care for plant, I would consider it a beginner plant. Make sure you provide it quite a bit of light. Same thing for this pothos right here. This is a neon pothos for $16.98. But you know, as far as the plant pricing, I don't think it is a bad price at all, considering you're getting a very modern looking ceramic hanging basket planter. Love neon pothos. That is my favorite pothos to grow because of the neon colored leaves. While it is a common plant, while most people will find this a basic house plant, basic is amazing. Basic is what our plant foldies need. Basic is what we all need, whether you are a beginner or somebody that likes to grow houseplants. And you know, I would also say for the super plant foldies, the ones that have actually joined the YouTube membership tier for only $2.98, do you guys also think that pothos plants are a plant that either is one that needs to be in everybody's plant collections? I'm asking the super plant foldies and even the plant foldies, because when you think of a label called basic, is basic a bad thing? Is basic something that makes you basic? Whenever you think about basic, and I know I'm saying basic so many times, you know, I also would consider myself somebody very repetitive. I think basic is what is the answer for a lot of our problems. You know, whenever you mention like problem solving or really looking for the root cause, everybody always says, go back to the basics. And that's really the mantra of this YouTube channel as well. Aside from the positive community we want to foster, is we want plants that are easy. We want plants like this Sansevieria for only $13.98, where it's not going to give you a lot of stress. You don't have to worry so much about the watering, the lighting conditions, fertilizing the plant, getting it a humidifier. When you start to have to, you know, I guess alter the environment of your home, it becomes a little bit more stressful. And I believe plants need to be relaxing. I mean, this one right here, Aglaonema Nicole by Urban Jungles. This one is for only, I don't know, I have the price. I think it's $19.84. This is another beautiful Aglaonema. And you already know, if you have been watching this plant shopping video YouTube channel, I love Aglaonemas. Aglaonemas are still the best plant to grow indoors. They are low light tolerant, they are drought tolerant, and they're just easy and beautiful plants. I'm going to keep picking up some more of these urban jungle plants. Please leave in the comment section what you think. If you've actually bought urban jungle plants at a big box store like Lowe's, if you feel like you are saving money by shopping urban jungle plants, I'd love all that engagement in the comment section. foldies, you can't go to a big box store like Lowe's and go shopping at Lowe's if you are not finding Costa Farms plants. So this is a philodendron Birkin, $15.98 in a self-watering planter. This is another easy to care for philodendron. I absolutely love it and hope that you guys would actually consider growing a philodendron Birkin. It's another plant that I feel like has really lost its luster in terms of collectors. Not a lot of people are going after it because it has become readily available. I would say scarcity is interesting because it does make a plant a little bit more valuable because there is a demand. But what I would say to that is also, just because a plant is readily available, it does not decrease the value of the plant. And hear me out on this. Like, for instance, this teddy bear vine for $16.98. I think that if a plant is readily available, that means that that plant is going to be easy to grow or something that is really a bit affordable for the masses. Now, some people believe that exclusivity, rarity is what makes the plant even more valuable. I would say yes to an extent because everybody is seeking after it because it's not readily available. But in terms of the value of whether the plant is actually bringing you joy, that is something that is remains to be debatable. Over here, $15.98 is by Costa Farms. Again, this is another Dieffenbachia and plant foldies. I'm going to walk around and just continue to pick up some of these Costa Farms plants. Costa Farms is amazing in terms of getting you some of these different types of exotic plants to go add into your plant collection for your home. I want to know what plants you have purchased recently from Costa Farms in the comments section. But let's keep going shopping here. I'm just going to keep picking up some plants and showing you the ones that I'm finding at this Lowe's location. This is one of the main reasons why you want to go shopping at Lowe's, especially for some inexpensive houseplants like this Aglaonema Silver Bay, $15.98 by Costa Farms. There's just so much selection, and while not all Lowe's locations have super full selections, I would even say this particular Lowe's may not have nearly as much selection in terms of indoor tropical plants. The same plants that you would find at a really full Lowe's location, you can still find here. That one is a philodendron white knight, and you can see that there's a combination of urban jungle plants, live trends design plants, and then Costa Farms plants. This one right here again is an Aglaonema Silver Bay. I recently got one for $15 while shopping at Target. Urban Jungles has had that classic modern terracotta planter that you can find at Target. I hope that Target actually increases their houseplant collection and actually has more fixtures that has a lot of these plants. Like for instance, his pearls and Jade Pothos. Beautiful plant, $16.98. And with pearls and jade pothos, this is another plant that you definitely need to give bright indirect light for it to give you some of that growth. But in terms of variegation, it has very stable variegation. Let me know in the comment section, plant foldies, if you are a pothos lover. I recently bought a pearls and jade pothos, and I'm really satisfied with it because at the end of the day, it is all about the basic plants for me, the easy to care for plants, the cost effective plants, the plants that are going to save your money in terms of just collecting, because I guess I would just say we all end up having that urge to keep going and shopping for plants. I mean, it's really challenging for me to go to a big box store and not spend money. I mean, this one right here, $24.98. Live Trends design, and I really love this philodendron red imperial. I mean, look at that. Nice satin finish to the leaves. It's got a beautiful leaf shine. It's got nice red stems and then dark petioles. The only thing I'm not a fan of is obviously the fake moss that's on top. I just wish that, Live Trends Designs would consider not putting the live moss. And the reason why I say this is the live moss, if you're going to top water it, like water from the top of the soil, it will hold more moisture. And that's not necessarily the best thing when it comes to plants. It may have more moisture that would hold, and that could potentially rot the roots. Now over here, another Live Trends Design plant, $18.98. This is another type of Hoya on a trellis. Super cute plant. So for spring 2025, it is the main event. It is the peak time to go shopping for plants. So I urge everybody to go big box store plant shopping. If that is the only place where you can buy plants, I also encourage everybody to go to local nurseries, small businesses, and also support that if that is an option for you. Shout out to Peta's Planters. If you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, please shop Peta's Planters. She has so many amazing, easy to care for plants, rare and uncommon plants at such cost-effective pricing. Now, if you can't visit Peta's Planters, go to petasplanters.com. She is able to ship. And I did want to say, oh my gosh, plant foldies that have actually bought plants from Peta's Planters, I am asking you, if you're watching this video, please leave a comment in the comment section to encourage people to shop petasplanters.com. Your unboxing videos that you have tagged me on Instagram is amazing. Feel free to continue to tag me on Instagram whenever you have a Peta's Planters plant that you have unboxed, or even an Aglaonema post, and use the hashtag popularize Aglaonema. I would love for more people to use that hashtag, because you already know I am all about getting Aglaonemas popularized through that campaign. Now over here, we've got a Calathea rospicta. That one is another urban jungle plant, and we have some more urban jungle plants. So this is a Sansevieria whalefin. This one is for $19.84. What a beautiful plant. It's got a very minimalist look about it, but needless to say, it's still a cool looking plant. Beautiful plant that actually pushes out little baby pups. That is one way to actually propagate it. So we're going to continue to walk around here and see what other houseplants we can find, what other houseplants we can go shopping for today. really cool ficus ginseng bonsai. This is what I would consider a pre-bonsai because it's still in not as shallow of a bonsai pot. And then we've got a philodendron heteroraceum Brazil for $24.98. Look at that coloration on the leaves. What a beautiful, classic, easy to care for plant by Live Trends Design. I even love the hanging ceramic planter that they have. And then we have some more hanging ceramic planters right over here. So we've got another Pearls and Jade pothos. I feel like Pearls and Jade is calling my name again to where I need to buy another Pearls and Jade pothos. Let me know in the comment section, Plant Foldies, if I should buy this Pearls and Jade pothos, or if I have if you have plants that when you're going shopping, they just keep like calling your name to like buy them. I know that that sounds kind of silly, but there have been plants where I'm like not intending to buy the plant, and then it ends up in my shopping cart because it's just kind of drawn me to it. Pearls and Jade pothos today, at least when I've gone shopping today, it is actually calling my name. $16.98 by Live Trends Design. And then we have another plant right here. This is a Marantha or a prayer plant. This is another beautiful plant. I actually have a variegated version that is growing in a semi-hydroponic substrate called Lechuza Pond. I'm really happy that I was able to source out some more Lechuza Pond. I am still growing a lot of my plants in semi-hydroponic substrates, Leca and Lechuza Pond. But even when you are growing a plant in semi-hydro substrates and like Lechuza Pond or Leca, it's one of those situations where not all of the plants will actually make the transition. So I know that I was heavily showing you guys videos of some of the Aglaonema that I've transferred into Leca. I will be transparent and tell you that some of my Aglaonema have not done well through the transition. And that's the reason why I feel like a lot of people will still grow plants in soil substrates, which is the traditional medium. Classy Rabbit substrate, the Classy Rabbit soil has done very well for me in terms of my indoor tropical plants. It is naturally sourced, so you just have to make sure if you do see any potential bugs that you are addressing it. I spray all of my plants with neem oil spray that I make, and that's really part of it. Whenever you are growing plants, I mean, if you pan over here, for instance, these plants, when grown indoors, are going to end up getting plant pests, whether it's fungus gnats, mealybugs, or thrifts, which are the worst plant pests. It is all about plant preventatives, plant pest preventatives. And I always recommend spraying down your plants at least once a week or twice a week, or even taking the plant and watering it under a shower or a sink that you can really just wash away the leaves and get them cleaned. And then I'm just going to keep picking up some plants right here. So we've got another Dracaena for $15.98. Most people will overlook this plant. This is one of those plants that people are not just running to find. And actually, when it comes down to it, I don't even think people are posting pictures or really talking about whether they have a Dracaena in their plant collection. It's one of my favorite plants to grow because it is drought tolerant and low light tolerant. $17.98. We've got a Costa Farms combination planter of different tropical plants. So we've got a begonia, we've got a Dracaena marginata, and we've got a syngonium here. Syngoniums we are in love again. I have found my love for syngoniums, and it's because I have found a substrate, semi-hydroponics, to where I can grow them a little bit easier long term. Syngoniums are very thirsty plants. Most people will say they are an easy to care for plant. I would say they are if you are somebody that likes to water your plants. Now, if you are like me that doesn't always have all of the time in the world to do that, that is going to be more of a challenge. Now, I don't know how I feel about these combination planters indoors. I love combination planters outdoors, but I don't know, something is a little off for me when it comes to combination planters. But that goes to show that it is okay to not necessarily like a certain type of plant, a certain type of content. Everybody doesn't always have to have the same cup of tea, but I will say, in terms of whether you disagree with somebody, whether you don't necessarily like something, there is a way about going about it in a respectful manner. That's the thing that I would always remind anybody that is watching my videos is it's okay to not like a certain content. It is okay to not like a certain plant, but in terms of how you present that disagreement, it's all about being tactful, classy, and kind. Now I'm going to pick up these Miracle Grow fertilizers. So Miracle Grow, I actually use this indoor plant fertilizer. I use 1 pump in a bottle of water for my cuttings that I'm actually trying to root, and it has done very well for me. I also use it for some of my semi-hydroponic substrates. Now, as far as Miracle Grow fertilizer, some people love it, some people hate it. I actually love Miracle Grow fertilizer, the all-purpose powder, the blue one that has a 20-20-20 solution. It really does well for a lot of my outdoor garden plants, and I actually fertilize some of my indoor tropical plants with Miracle Grow fertilizer. I would recommend it. Feel free to leave in the comments section, plant foldies, whether you use Miracle Grow fertilizer, what does that look like for you long term, and what kind of results have you found using Miracle Grow fertilizer? Would you actually buy Miracle Grow fertilizer? I would love to get your insights on that. And then, as you can see right here, plant foldies, Ficus elastica shivriana, another beautiful rubber tree plant. This one actually is growing for me in full sun outdoors, and it's doing amazing. So again, it depends on the plant's lighting conditions. Peace lily, for instance, can tolerate really low lighting conditions, but it is a very thirsty plant. So I would say it's easy if you grow that in semi-hydroponic substrate or straight hydro. And then you can see over here, Phalaenopsis orchids. I'm just going to pan here and show you the beautiful blooms. Phalaenopsis orchids, their blooms can last for about a month or 2 or even longer, depending on your care conditions. They do like some higher humidity levels. Do not overwater them. And in terms of a substrate, only put them in orchid bark. Do not put them in soil. Otherwise, you will send your Phalaenopsis orchids to plant heaven. Some more combination planters, beautiful planters. I do love that Marble Queen pothos with the bromeliad. So it just really depends. And I am curious, plant foldies or anybody that has actually grown combination planters, what are your thoughts? My thoughts are I don't have one in my plant collection, but might be open to getting it. And then as far as orchid food, this is a good brand, Miracle Grow Orchid Food. It is water soluble, and it does help get your orchids to rebloom as well. You can actually use this for azaleas and other acid-loving plants. So, you know, in terms of your plant care, you have to really look at the soil pH and like the acidity as well. So definitely take a look at that. And I'm going to go pan around here and show you a lot of these larger Costa Farms houseplants. We've got philodendron, we've got dracaena, we've got aglaonema, and then look at this. This is a pretty full Lowe's location, and that's a reason why I say, you know, going out to a big box store like Lowe's, going to a garden center, looking for houseplants to buy. This is the time to go shopping for plants. This one, for instance, $29.98 is a philodendron jungle boogie, very easy plant, and then we've got another beautiful aglaonema silver bay. I love the white white stems on it. I actually have a variegated Aglaonema Golden Bay right here that I ended up buying actually at PlantCon 2025 in Orlando, Florida. But the Aglaonema Golden Bay, just this variety, for $29.98 is an absolute stunner. Please buy yourself an Aglaonema. Have you bought yourself an Aglaonema? Do you intend to buy yourself an Aglaonema? Leave that in the comment section, plant foldies, because it is the easiest plant. It is a plant that is so underrated. I did want to shout out Eric for really getting into Aglaonemas. I swear, Eric, which is a super foldie, who was also the first plant foldie to become a super plant foldie on my YouTube membership tier. He has some amazing Aglaonema posts, so definitely follow him on Instagram as well. And again, if those that are watching this video and whether you're debating on whether to join the YouTube membership tier, which is a super plant foldies, I would say if you really want to get to know me as a person, if you want to see a face reveal, that is where I'm going to do a face reveal. If you want to see my house, where I'm at, all of the personalized content, definitely become a YouTube membership. Definitely join my YouTube membership is what I'm trying to say. To become a super plant foldie, you'll have access to membership only content. And if you notice that certain plant foldies on the live chats, their names are highlighted to differentiate that they are a super plant foldie. They also have custom emojis that you can use while you are on the live premiere chats. And honestly, it just really helps fund my YouTube page a little bit more consistently in terms of just some of that passive income that I'm hoping to garner a little bit by creating this content. Being a content creator, it is challenging in a sense that you have to find time to do it. So when you think about it, I get off of work after a 10-hour shift to go to a big box store that I have to drive to, and then I have to film at least an hour, then edit, and then it takes just a little bit of time. So that YouTube membership tier really does help fund some of the costs in terms of my gas, in terms of the equipment I use. But at the end of the day, you also end up getting some very exclusive content, which is really the intent of having that YouTube membership page. So for those that are considering it, please consider it. Please join it. All you have to do, you can go to any of my YouTube videos and hit the join button, and you can instantly transform into a super plant foldie. And I would love to see more of you guys in the comment section for that as well. Now let's just continue to walk around here. So there's still quite a bit of like Costa Farms plants. I'm going to just pick up these plants and show you a lot of these, whether they're hanging baskets or exotic angel plants. I mean, you can see right here, trending tropical plant for $19.84. This is an Epipremnum aureum lemon meringue pothos. Love that as well. That want a dark foliage plant that grows fairly quickly. This is a Syngonium Maria by Costa Farms. Beautiful exotic angel plant. Syngoniums, I would just say you need to make sure that you're frequently watering them. Otherwise, they do not do well. They end up actually declining in health very quickly. But it is another beautiful plant. To get that dark foliage, though, you do need to provide it quite a bit of bright indirect light. Otherwise, it ends up getting more of a muted, muddled green color. I love the chocolate brown color that this particular plant has. And we're just going to keep picking up some more of these exotic angel plants that Costa Farms has. These ones are the 5-inch planters for $8.98. really cool. We've got a peace lily domino for only $20.84 by Live Trends Design. So this is a variegated peace lily, and you can see that the leaves have a little bit more texture. What a beautiful plant. That's something I would actually consider adding into my plant collection because it does seem a little bit more unique and it is low light tolerant. And then we also have a gold croton here. This is a gold dust croton, $5.98. It is one of the common crotons you will find. Now with crotons, they are finicky plants when you're growing them indoors. They need to be consistently moist, and also they need lots of light. They also enjoy more humidity as well. So as far as a plant, I tend to grow my crotons outside. They tend to do better outdoors, and they actually push out more growth faster outdoors. So my suggestion is, if you have a plant that's either struggling, something that you're trying to get more growth on, definitely put it outdoors in a shaded area that gets morning light, and you will see it recover. I actually have some pothos plants, some global green pothos that I severely underwatered. Like I literally didn't water it for a good 2 months, and they were basically on the brink of going to plant heaven. But I can see that there is a slight turnaround in terms of the health now that I've actually started growing them outdoors. Here is a Vanda orchid, and I love Vanda orchids. They are the queen of all orchids because they get large blooms, and I love the aerial roots that it has. In the Philippines, where my family is from, we actually have quite a bit of different types of Vanda orchids. Please do a internet search for waling waling, and you will see the best looking Vanda orchid there is, in my opinion, and that one is actually endemic to the Philippines. In terms of the Philippines as well, Super Plant Foldies, you are in for a treat. So if you are a YouTube membership tier, you will see lots of content from my grandmother's 90th birthday. We already know a lot of you guys are fans of my grandmother, my Lola Belen. Lola means grandmother in Tagalog, which is the national language of the Philippines. You will see us in our traditional Filipino attire. So that's going to be on the YouTube membership tier. I may just have a members only video, and that is the reason why. If you really want to get to know me, if you really want that early access and all of those additional perks, definitely consider joining my YouTube membership tier. Super easy. All you have to do is press join, and you are definitely going to get some more fun content from me outside of just the big box store plant shopping videos. Obviously, I want to make sure that this YouTube channel is still free, the majority of the content, but that extra perk, definitely consider joining the YouTube membership tier. You're going to see my grandmother's party for sure on that membership tier. But anyways, let me keep walking around here and picking up these Costa Farms plants. You can see right here, $5.98 plant foldies, the Rex begonia. If you're going to grow a Rex begonia, you want to not water it from the top. You want to actually bottom water it, which means you will take a saucer, fill it up with water, and stick the plant pot on top of it, so it actually pulls up the water from underneath the drainage holes. The reason why you want to do that is you don't really want to get a Rex begonia's leaves or stems wet because it could potentially rot it. It's the same thing with succulents and cactus. Do not water your succulents and cactus and have like standing water on the leaves because that potentially can rot the leaves. I actually had a variegated aloe vera actually rot to where I had to just chop up a lot of the leaves and hope that I can propagate it again, because that's my negligence in terms of just having to leave water, or it's not even having to leave water, just noticing that there was water on the leaves. So Rex begonias don't do well with standing water on the leaves or the stems, so be really cautious about that. This one is for $5.98, and I do love the red on it, and if you look at the undersides of the leaves, it has some interesting leaf interests as well. see throughout this video, plant foldies, you will never run out of Costa Farms plants. You know, they range from $20.84 for the 8-inch hanging baskets, $16.94 for the 6-inch hanging baskets. And then in terms of the exotic angel line, the 3.5-inch planters are only for $5.98. I mean, you can see right here, I have picked up quite a bit of the exotic angel plants. Let me know in the comment section, plant foldies, if you've gone shopping for Costa Farms plants and actually bought some of the exotic angel plants. It would be a fun journey to actually have a budget and go shopping for certain exotic angel plants from Costa Farms. We'll see about the plant haul. And I did want to say thank you to all of the plant foldies that have dropped a super sticker or super thanks. It is a monetary tip that you can provide to a YouTube content creator. I really appreciate that because I was able to fund an aglaonema that I will give to my grandmother when I see her this coming Saturday for her 90th birthday. So thank you for that. And as you can see right here, Dracaena sandriana, love this. It is often called the lucky bamboo. This is the variegated version. This one is a pretty thirsty plant. So if it's in a soil substrate, you have to make sure that you're consistently watering this plant. Otherwise, it will end up in plant heaven. And for me, watering plants that are a little bit more thirsty is my biggest Achilles heel. I just tend to not get into watering plants nearly as much. And I know that that is the basic functions of growing houseplants. And that's the reason why I haven't bought as many plants as of late. And I'm okay with that. I think I have focused a lot of my energies growing my plants outdoors. Definitely really admiring my Japanese maple garden and just all of the vegetables I have that I have grown from seed. That's content that I have created. It is on the Super Plant Foldy YouTube membership tier. You'll see more of that on that page. But in terms of today's video, you can see that there is still quite a bit of indoor tropical plants and house plants. I am just trying to see if they have any new releases. Unfortunately, I haven't even seen any new plants make it into the big box stores as of late. So perhaps we'll get lucky next week if I find some new restocks. But you still can't go wrong by buying an aglaonema golden bay. Highly recommend it. Highly hope that a lot of our plant foldies, our viewers and subscribers, have really added some more aglaonema to their collection. It is an easy to care for plant. It is drought tolerant, low light tolerant. It is a plant foldy staple. And I did want to shout out Eric again for finally getting an aglaonema silver bay. I always say, and I joke around because it's not necessarily true, if you want to call yourself a plant foldy, you must at least have an aglaonema silver bay or an aglaonema red siam. But you know, it's really up to you. I just tend to get a little bit excited, a little bit passionate about aglaonemas. So we're gonna end this video by going out into the outdoor not the outdoor tropical section. I wish, right? The outdoor garden section, where I'm gonna just show you some of these annual plants as well as succulents and cactus. Hopefully you guys are getting excited about growing plants outdoors as well, because that is something that is super easy. And, you know, outdoor gardens, there's something about it. You know, I've been spending quite a bit of time in my back patio because I've cleared it out. There was a lot of like used planters. And now I just sit there and listen to like the chirping of the birds and really just look at my Japanese maples as they kind of sway back and forth with the wind. And yes, it is a whole feel in terms of zen feeling. I will pan out here and show you all of these succulents and cactus because I know that some plant foldies actually love growing succulents and cactus. Kathy from Canada, for instance, who is really the biggest supporter as far as being a super plant foldy. Kathy, thank you again for joining the super plant foldies. Shout out to Angelie for also joining the super plant foldies and becoming a member, and just everybody else that has joined so far. I really hope that we can continue to grow the super plant foldy tier, because for those that have already tuned in on a daily chat basis, you guys are already that super plant foldy. You just have to press that join button if you like. You know, like I said again, you don't necessarily have to feel obligated to do so, because at the end of the day, a lot of this content, you will still get the daily big box or plant shopping videos For me though, it's really me having a safer space to being more transparent about some of the content I want to put out there. I mean, as far as like me wanting to show more Japanese maples, I mean, YouTube already tells me most of the plant foldies may not be as interested in Japanese maples or bonsai, because that's not necessarily the niche I suppose I put myself into. But that is something I'm super passionate about, and it's okay. I just hope that you guys would be open to watching that type of content and perhaps even growing them, because this year I definitely will add more succulents and cactus to my plant collection. It's something that I feared a little bit, and it's because I know that I've spent quite a bit of money on succulents and cactus in the past, and I just haven't figured out the growing conditions for them. I mean, this variegated plant right there, for instance, is something that I would want to add. And then just look at how beautiful the shapes are on succulents and cactus. So let me just walk over here and just continue to show you some more of these plants. And I love this peperomia right here. What a beautiful peperomia for only $12.98. And so, there's certain peperomias that are more succulent in their behavior. This one is one of them. And I believe this is considered the Cupid's arrow peperomia. Let me know in the comment section if that is the correct plant ID. But you can see right here just the organization of succulents and cactus, and even just as large as this garden center is at Lowe's location. It definitely inspires me to go shopping for plants. It definitely makes me want to grow more plants. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we are actually getting the right amount of plants in our plant collection. And when I say right amount, the amount of plants that you can actually sustainably grow without stressing yourself out. And that can always be a challenge. As always, plant foldies, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please hit the like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out, as well as join my YouTube membership cheer. Just press the join button and become a super plant foldie for only $2.99. That's like a Starbucks drink. That's like a microwavable dinner. That is like a bag of chips, but you get more out of me by just joining that. And then as always, please make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel at GrowFold with all the notification bell on. Stay tuned for a brand new video tomorrow. I really appreciate all the engagement and having fun on the live chat. Bye.